season right now. So what happens in voting season is we get courted, like the good old hole in the corner. We get courted. Cars drive by, they show us the money, we jump in the back of the car, we do what we do, right? Metaphorically. So now you got politicians showing up at your church that they've never been before, right? You got these commercials seeing faces that you don't even know who they are. And then you got all of this political proudness floating around you with fundraisers and signs in your neighborhoods and all this type of thing. And you going, I don't know these people. So when you get in line, you just recognize a name and you check a box, push a button. That's called ignorance. It's not stupidity. Because stupidity is doing something over and over again, knowing what the results are going to be, and then you do it anyway. That's stupidity. Ignorance is the lack of knowledge. So we basing our activity off of what? What we've been told as opposed to what we know. So let's stop doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's understand the us versus them scenario. So here's the thing. You got this guy at the top called the president. Let's understand what he's doing. He's just setting the temperature. He ain't making no laws. He ain't writing no rules. He could do a few executive orders, but that shit comes from his staff. It didn't come out of his head. It comes from his constituents and those who pad in his pockets. He's a puppet. He sets the temperature in the room. That's all he does. He okays somebody else's bullshit. He puts a blessing on it, then we all live with it. But the true governance happens at the lower levels, at the local level. See, what he does at the White House affects the overall temperature of how laws are going to be processed and made throughout his term, which is 4 years, and then maybe another 4 years, and that's it, right? So you get folks like that orange orangutan Donald Trump to get in here and monkey around and fuck shit up for 4 years, and we can live through that. But for real, he only fuck shit up for guys like me. POC, people of color. They didn't make it worse. They didn't make it better. They just didn't make it at all for us. Then you get guys like Joseph Robinette Biden, who claims to be this great politician that can work both sides. He's okay at some compromise and manipulation, but he's a classic politician. He's now come in and trying to go back and revert some of the damage that the previous Trump administration did. But what does he do? He does put some things in effect that gives us somewhat of a better quality of life in the future. But what happens to our today business? Let's talk about today. Who's running today? When the police pull me over and act a damn fool and throw me all up against the car, put me in handcuffs, and run all my digits and find out that I'm a Class A citizen and let me go without an apology, and I got to pick my glove box up off the floor of my car because they done dumped the shit all out on the floor. My trunk done been dumped all out on this curb. I got to put all that shit back. Embarrassed, defeated, less than a man. Who controls all their behavior? It ain't the president. It ain't the senators. It ain't the congressperson. It's my local sheriff, my local chief of police. It's the people that I just keep checking names because I saw their name on a sign when I'm in the booth. I don't do no investigation locally. It's not what we do. They only in the midterms. They come around every 2 fucking years. I got too much life to live. I don't need to know all of that. I just see some signs, nice little face. I might have seen him on the corner waving at traffic, and I'm going to check a box. Then I'm going to get pissed off at the rules and regulations that they may or may not do for me. See, that's the them and them, and I'm the us and us. Okay? I can't blame them for being who they always been. But I can definitely blame me for not investigating who they are. Because once I know who you are, I understand how to move around you and within your climate, within your zone. But if I ain't looking at who you are and just checking the name on me, end up getting what the fuck I've always gotten. Fucked. So let's understand the state of play. We're up on the midterms, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to right the proverbial ship. Because see, the midterms determine two things. First, they determine the support for that dude who's setting the temperature at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Does he have the numbers and support to put things, laws, rules in place to help my life get better? Can he fulfill his promises that he made on that campaign trail that made me stand in the line for 2 fucking hours and vote for his ass? He can't do none of that without the proper numbers in the House and the proper numbers in the Senate. Right now, the Senate is split, and the Vice President cast a vote. But only if it makes it to the floor for voting. If something comes in the room and we don't got 10 Republicans voting for this shit, it never gets voted on.